Hey guys, Ricardo with Phastek.com. Today we're going to replace the restrictive factory air intake and swap it for a 63 series K&N intake system on our 2020 Chevrolet Silverado with the 5.3 liter engine. This installation will fit the Sierra models following the same steps as we are about to make. Not only is this intake one of the most affordable intakes on the market, it is also one of the easiest things you can install on your Silverado or Sierra to increase a bit of airflow. Now, installation will be the same for the 5.3 and the 6.2 liter engines. There's just one coupler that is different between the engine fitments. Jumping right into the installation, a few simple hand tools we are going to need will be a flat blade screwdriver, 1/4 inch ratchet, 10mm socket, an extension, trim removal tool, 3mm Allen, 4mm Allen, T15 Torx, and a T20 Torx. Under the hood, we are going to start by loosening the bracket holding the intake box to the alternator. This can be done by removing the plastic wire retainers using a trim tool and removing the 10mm bolt holding it to the alternator. Disconnect the breather hose from the back side of the intake box. Simply squeeze the gray clip and pull back on the fitting. Then, using a flat blade screwdriver, loosen the clamp holding the intake tube to the throttle body and the air box. This will allow you to remove the section as an assembly. Before we can remove the factory air box, we will have to remove the radiator valance. Remove the 10 push-style retainers to loosen the valance. Then remove the 2 T20 Torx screws to remove the hood latch lever. Now the valance can be removed. With the valance removed, remove the push-style retaining clip holding the inlet duct to the body of the truck. Then slightly pull back on the duct to remove it from the airbox. To remove the airbox assembly, remove the 10mm nut on the front side of the box. Then remove the electrical connector from the clip holding it to the airbox. Remove the 2 push-style retainers holding the wiring harness to the airbox. Remove the 2 Torx screws holding the factory MAF sensor and remove the sensor. Carefully lay the sensor down to prevent any damage. Now the airbox can be removed. Be cautious when removing the box. There is a harness on the back side that will need to be moved over so the box can be lifted completely. To install the K&N box, we will have to assemble it using some of the factory hardware. Remove the 2 rubber pegs and transfer them to the K&N box. Then take the provided grommets and install to the top side of the K&N box. These will hold the lid in place when installed. Install the bracket that will hold the electrical connector in place using the provided hardware. Then install the radius filter adapter using the provided hardware to complete the box assembly. The intake tube will also need to be assembled. Install the provided fitting on the side of the intake elbow. Install the MAF sensor adapter with the gasket. Peel back the paper exposing the tape and set it in place, then bolt it down to the intake elbow using the provided screws. Assemble the breather hose by pushing the provided fittings into each end of the hose. Tighten with the provided hose clamps. With the K&N box assembly ready, we can install it into the factory location. Carefully place the box in the correct location on the back side with the grommets and use the factory 10mm nut to hold the box down. Reinstall the intake tube into the lower portion of the K&N box and reinstall the push-style clip to hold it in place. Install the hose couplers to the radius adapter and the throttle body. Put the hose clamps in place before installing the intake elbow. Then install the intake elbow into the couplers and tighten them down with the hose clamps. Carefully install the MAF sensor using the provided hardware into the adapter on the intake elbow and tighten the screws in place. Install the filter onto the filter adapter and tighten it down. Remove the factory breather hose from the passenger side valve cover by squeezing the gray tab and install the K&N hose in place. With each connection, you will hear a click to confirm that they are installed. Install the lid to the top side of the K&N box. To complete the installation, reinstall the radiator valance and the hood latch lever. There you have it, guys, a simple intake swap, and we're now able to enjoy a bit more airflow, which can improve fuel economy and power. But those are not the only benefits behind this intake. This intake sure does improve the looks under the hood when compared to the factory intake. As always, thank you for watching. If you would like any more information about this product, go ahead and click the link in the description. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for our future videos.